Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Brakathum to you hopefully elect. This is Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. And when you go into that word iniquity, it goes into a condition without law. All right. Basically, anarchy. All right. Which, that's the times that we are heading into. The fact that Esau, more and more, he's backing people into a corner. All right. Putting the squeeze on people via inflation. All right. And just basically making it hard to exist. Esau, he's creating these conditions to where it's hard it's hard to be an individual, man. It's damn nearly hard to freaking breathe, And with that being said, pursuing the second Esdras 15, man, because we're living in that chapter, second Esdras 16, Matthew 24, Luke 21, Mark 13, so on and so forth. We're living in these chapters. It's going to lead to people taking matters into their own hands, and as I always say, is going to lead to a dog-eat-dog world out here, But also, because it said the love of many shall wax cold. Now, the brother from the camp, Isaiah, he's always getting these articles and things of, basically, he's always getting these articles and posting them in the chat about, fathers shooting the whole household, children shooting the parents, and so on and so forth, which again, because we're in those times where the love of many is waxing cold. All right. And like I said, when you go into that iniquity, like I said, it goes into like a condition without law. So things are going to get so bad out here that people are it's going to be people are going to revert to a primal state, right? And when you go into that wax cold, it goes into the Greek word. Not so coincidentally, the Greek word there is psycho. Because like I said, people are going to go into a primitive state, man, and they're going to lose. These people are going to lose it. They're on the verge of losing it, man. And we're already seeing this, and it's bad now when all hell hasn't even broken loose yet, so to say. Just want to play 2 or 3 minutes of this video by the Southern Prepper. He does these videos to where he speaks on reports that people give him from different places nationwide. All right, and he just speaks on a few of them. And again, the fact that people are already losing their minds now, and all hell hasn't even broke loose yet, because people think this is as is as bad as it's going to get, and these people have no idea, man. It's going to get hell of a lot worse. As we've been saying, start from the apostles, man. To the point where it's going to get so bad, it's going to be total anarchy. All right, people are going to lose their shit, man, and from there you're going to have martial law, which is another thing that people, I'm gonna get this real quick in Ezekiel chapter 25. And just bear with me, I haven't brought this out in a minute. Ezekiel 25. Actually, that's not it. Bear with me. I know it's in Ezekiel. I know it's in Ezekiel. Bear with me. So Ezekiel 23. Ezekiel chapter 23. Because again, from the chaos, Esau, Edom, he's going to bring in this. He's going to bring in the order. So with that being said, like I said, martial law. All right. Ezekiel 23, start of verse 24. And they shall come against thee with chariots, wagons, and wheels. All right. Basically, the modern day tanks, helicopters. All right. Things of that nature. It says that within an assembly of people. All right. Them Gurkha troops and them blue hats, so on and so forth. It says, which shall set against thee buckler and shield and helmet round about. And we're already seeing small glimpses of that now. You got the riot gear. You got these riots and protests out there in Atlanta and in different places. Because of this whole Jake that got offed by the police officers. I think it was an activist or whatever. But mainly out there in Atlanta, man. And you got other states on alert because supposedly there's been this some reporter got a hold of some type of body cam footage, supposedly, and they were talking about how they were going to release it, and they were saying that the footage is so bad that it might cause even more chaos, riots, and protests. That's what they were saying, but we'll see. Because like I said, different states are on high alert. I believe you have the National Guard already dispatched to some places. Like I said, mainly with out there in Atlanta. But this isn't, like I said, this is a small example of that. Them coming with the bucklers and their shields, their riot gears and things of that nature. It says, and shield and helmet round about, and I will set judgment before them, and they shall judge thee according to their judgments. Yeah, because when it's all said and done, like it tells in 2 Ezra 16, they're going to be like madmen, sparing none. Because ultimately, it's going to be the fury, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah is going to be on these different Gurkha troops and whatnot. And basically, when it comes down to it, man, they're going to be killing for sport. Men, women, children, old, young, they're not sparing anyone. All right. And again, this is a form of the Lord's judgment. It says, and I will set my jealousy against thee, and they shall deal furiously with thee. They shall take away thy noise and thine ears, and thy remnant shall fall by the sword, and they shall take thy sons and thy daughters, and thy residue shall be devoured by fire. So you see, man, like I said, martial law, because that's where all this chaos and anarchy is. This is what it's going to lead to. Esau giving that green light, which is really the green light from the Most High, to come down with that great wrath. But like I said in the point of this video, because again, like I said, this guy, he gets these different reports, and you can read the comments on his videos, because he gets a lot of reports, and a lot of times he can't get to them all, so he just you know he brings a few points out, but a lot of people, they leave comments basically just detailing what's going on in their areas. So like I said, I'm gonna play about 2 or 3 minutes of this video without further ado.
Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple 1 and welcome to Boots on the Ground. If you have anything to offer, please send it to southernpurple1@yahoo.com. Let's get right into it. I work in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina. Last week I parked in a garage close to work in a spot a few over from where I usually do. When I was leaving work, my car gave me a warning of low tire pressure in one tire. I was annoyed, but right to the tire shop, who repaired it quickly, and I was on my way. Yesterday, I had to park in the same spot again, several spots away from my usual. This time, I came out and both rear tires had screws intentionally drilled into them. I guess I made someone mad parking there. It is my assumption. Please let your audience know to keep Fix-A-Flat and water, extra jack in your car, just in case you need it, because it was an intentional act. Never know who or why the act was done, but plan accordingly to take action.
And that kind of reminded me, when he mentioned that, for whoever this was, they were pretty much, I guess their tires were attacked, whatever, deliberately, from something, maybe from whatever this individual said or whatever the case may be. But it had me thinking on how we got to be circumspect, especially when it comes to teaching His truth, and just being careful in general what we say around certain people, because these people, man, they're taking time bomb, man. And as I always use this parable, so to say, me being in the mental health field, I dealt with the crazies and whatnot, and I'll be first to tell you, man, being in that environment, I didn't know now, but understanding now, having the understanding that I have now, those are nothing but demons, man. And the scriptures talk about that, those are nothing but demons, man. See, mental health people, just all bugged out, those are definitely nothing but demons, and when it comes to these mental health patients, man, if they don't get their meds in due time, man, those demons can take over, man. They can lose it, Now, granted, some of them, oftentimes, some of them get in there just to, so that they have to, some people that commit crimes and they plead insanity, so they don't have to go to, do any jail time. They rather just go to the mental home or whatever. So you have those, all right, the people that are faking. But even with that being said, because they're in there so that they don't get jail time or whatnot, prison time or whatnot, and they end up, it's crazy, and I've seen it, they end up taking those meds for so long, they end up actually becoming crazy. They actually end up getting bugged out. It's crazy, but nevertheless, like I said, you dealing with these mental health patients, man, they don't get their meds, man, they will lose it. And you might have five, six of us trying to take down one individual, because he might not be a big dude or whatever, it might be rather small individual, but when those demons take over, hey, that's a that's a different strength right there, man. And when them legions take over, that's a different strength, and I just liken it unto that, because these Americans, man, they're like mental health patients, all right, and basically their meds, man, in the form of their different distractions, or whatever makes them get off. Because little by little, more and more, Yahweh Shema Shai is taking everything that's comfort. He's taking the comfort from these people, man. And these people, they're not used to that. They're not used to because they're used to being comfortable, complacent. Well, when Yahweh Shema Shai takes all of that from them, these people, they're not going to know how to act. They're not going to know how to deal with it. So when that being said, hey, when it's all said and done, hey, these people are going to lose it. They're going to be like mental health patients off their meds. You know, these people, they're going to lose their shit real soon. And again, we're already seeing that now. You know, and it's bad now. And all hell hasn't even broke loose yet. You know, but going back to the point on just how, like I said, man, we like I was saying, these people, they're like mental health patients that haven't been getting their meds, man, and they're just one tick away, one wrong look away, man. You know, you stare someone wrong, and you can stare someone wrong at him, man, and you'll be in the spiritual realm just by looking at someone wrong, man. You know, that's how bad it is. And like I said, because you know he brought that report out, and it just had me thinking, man, how we got to be circumspect, especially with our conversation, who we talk to, what we say around certain people, even when it comes to our loved ones, you know, parents, mothers, you know, whatever. You know, we got to be circumspect, because we don't understand that hey, these people, they're not you know, I mean, they could turn on us, you know, at any moment. You know, those brothers that got wives, children, hey, they can turn on us on any moment. They can give us in. You know, so just be circumspect, because, you know, again, people are watching. You know, you got a lot of people that are bragging on social media about what they got, and, you know, recording videos and TikToks and pictures and all this shit in their homes, in their cars, vehicles, just taking a picture of everything, man. And people don't know how to be discreet. Well, people are watching, and they're just waiting on the right time to make their move. You know, so be circumspect.
They sent me a follow-up, and they said I posted this information on Nextdoor app, and lo and behold, another person responded they had the same thing happen to their car in another location very close to our office. I'm sure there are others. We both work at the same company, and I will report this to security. We'll let you know what I can find out. Either way, very dangerous for people to be driving with tires in this condition. I didn't include all of the excessive crime, but definitely I'm getting a lot more reports of crime, burglaries, thefts, everything. I think people are desperate.
This is AG1. This is daily nutrients plus gut health support, powering your everyday
thing. I think people are desperate. This person said, shortage and crazy high prices starting to reach Northeast Ohio. All these eggs were $4.43. Walmart cat food, slim pickings, and then other things. Walmart butter, $8.58. So they did have a positive, though. The big box of 5 dozen eggs actually came down a couple bucks, so that was good news.
And it's getting to a point where now and we saw, again, we got a small glimpse of this. What was that, 2020, 2021, when they were locking up. They were literally, you know, basically like putting chains around the meat and stuff like that, because people were just stealing shit, man. Well, it's getting back to that point again where, you know, the eggs, man, it's like, damn, man, the eggs are getting so expensive, you know. They're starting to do that again in certain places, which I may have heard that from him, actually. I don't know if it was a different video, but yeah, they're starting to it's getting to a point where I think it was out there in Philly. I forgot where it was, but you know, some businesses, man, they're hiring armed guards, man, because it's getting so bad when it comes to the theft, the looting. People are just starting to not give a shit anymore, man. Like I said, people think that this is as bad as it's going to get, and they have no idea it's going to get worse.
This person says, we were at Chase Bank in Sacramento to go to our safety deposit box. The bank employee asked if we pay a fee for our box. We said yes. He said they were phasing out free ones for vets, Sapphire, and Premier members. They also are not offering boxes any longer. The most shocking thing, though, was when we were in the vault, we saw about 10% of the security boxes, safety deposit boxes, with the lock cylinders permanently removed from the box. It makes me question the affordability and what moves the bank to, you know, phase these things out. This person sent me some pictures. It was a toothpaste that was purchased at the Dollar Tree. Originally, they paid $1 for it when it was still $1. And then they bought some more after it was $1.25, but they looked at the tubes and they were actually went from 5 ounces down to 4 ounces. So you have...
And that's another thing I've been noticing in the spirit. And I'll probably tell brothers about that as well, because I've been noticing there's certain items, because again, you know, with this inflation, everything's going up, you know, and there's some items that not necessarily the prices haven't been going up, but I noticed because essentially you're paying more for it regardless, because like he just mentioned, all right, let's just say you get a bag of chips for $1.50, right? And again, you know, everything else is going up, but every day you go to the store, the bag of chips is $1.50, right? Well, one day, the bag of chips it'll be let's say 8 ounces, all right. But if you pay attention, the next day it'll be 4 ounces. You see, so essentially you're still paying more, but you know, that's something as well I've been noticing as well, you know. So and you know, Jake, man, they don't you know, they think they're still paying for the $1.50 for the 8 ounces, you know.
Like a 20% decrease in size, and you also had a 25-cent rise or 25%. So you take the huge inflation and then you take less product. It is huge inflation. This Brooklyn teen who was jumped and stabbed by gang members earlier this week died of his wounds. He was attacked. Then there was another 15-year-old boy that was outside a Bronx recreation center attacked, and there were 7 boys attacked another boy that was 17 years old and knifed him. A 16-year-old shot a New York Police Department officer. A 13-year-old boy opened fire outside of Queens High School, striking students as they waited for the bus. On and on and on. And these are kids. And then we had, I think, that 6-year-old shooting the teacher. We need to sit down and really think what we've done to this generation. It's probably a few things. It's probably taking God out of school, probably...
Listen, man, the more decay of mainly these Americans, these Babylonians, man. I mentioned this past Saturday at the camp, you know, because they don't consider this generation Z for no reason, you know, the last letter in the alphabet. Because, bro, if we had to come back through these niggas, man, we're done. We're screwed. If we had to come back through these, man. It's scary just thinking about it, you know. If we had to come back through the loins of these, you know, boneheads, man, we'd be, you know, by the time we came back through the 4 generations, we'd be finished, man. We'd be completely through. We'd probably be AI robots, because, you know, that's what Esau's trying to turn us into, man. Just literal robots, man, you know. But yeah, man, how about Shemal Shah's put some cold spirit out there, man. The level of many waxing cold, man. You know. Hey, you got grannies getting robbed in daylight, pregnant women getting robbed in daylight, beaten in daylight. People just don't give a shit anymore. You know, people are desperate. You know, and you know, people just they just don't care. That's the spirit that the Lord has out here. People just don't care.
Some of them have no good family life. 2 parents that love and care for them. It's a lot of things, video games, but these kids are killing kids and killing adults, and we're not even in an SHT event. So if the level of violence is so high now, what will it be like when you have no clean drinking water, no food, and no electricity?
So that was the point. It's like this now, but all hell hasn't even broken loose. You know, society is somewhat still intact. You can still go to the grocery store, you know, and you know, everything's pretty much still in convenience. But if it's like this now, just imagine when. We'll go ahead and get a few precepts. Matter of fact, I'm going to play a little bit more.
This person says, I get raw milk, and they're in Texas. Last year, it started at $7.50 and then just went up on intervals of 50 cents. $8.50. Today, the delivery worker team told us February 4th will be $10 per gallon. Sticker shock for those in line for what is coming, but not surprising.
Pre-crafted with chef-inspired marinades. how do I know it's?
So yeah, that was the point. And again, man, the price of everything is going to continue to go up, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's called stagflation. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but basically, when the price of everything goes up, and the paycheck stay the same, I think that's stagflation, because more and more the dollar's becoming more and more worthless. All right, and pretty much, man. More and more, we're gonna start. We are in the hyperinflation stage, man. I believe. But like you said, if it's this bad now, what are you gonna do when you can't get water, basic essentials, so on and so forth, right? I'm gonna get this in Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 17. Matter of fact, I started verse 16. When I heard, my belly trembled. My lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself. Because you see, that's how bad it's going to get. When the prophets seen these visions of end time prophecies, man, a lot of them feel physically ill, sick. They're like, oh hell no, because that's how bad it's going to get. Which we are vastly approaching those times, man. But Lord willing, we're going to have a stable mind, because while everyone is to die in starvation, what does the scripture say? The Lord, his servants are going to eat. The Lord's going to feed his servants. Yeah, it's going to, touch us a little bit. We're just, because we're going to be in the midst. We're going to be here witnessing all this, but we going to see some shit, man, and it's going to shake us up a little bit. But that's when the miracle is going to take place, and the Lord's going to show us in that day that he's with us. Because we're going to see some shit, man. Yeah, we've been talking about all these things for many years and whatnot. But it's another thing when we're actually witnessing it. It's going to be like, damn, we know people are going to get torn to pieces by wild beasts. We know that. But when we actually see that shit play out, it's going to be like, God damn, it's going to be like shit. Yeah, we knew people were going to get torn to pieces by wild beasts, but damn, I didn't know the Lord is cold like that. It's going to get crazy. We're going to see this shit. But it says that I might have rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up upon the people, he will invade them with his troops. Like I said, man, the martial law troops, the Gurkha troops, them U hats, them blue hats. All right. Because, for the most part, them American troops, man, they're America's military is a joke, So when they get those orders to shoot and kill on sight and things like that, they're not gonna, for the most part, they're not gonna be with it, So that's why a lot of them are gonna get shipped overseas or whatnot. They're fighting this Third World War, all right, and they're gonna bring in them foreign troops, man, who they're not gonna give two shits about these simple Babylonians, man. They already have a disdain for Americans as it is, Verse 17, it says, although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines, and the labor of the olive shall fail, and the field shall yield no meat, the flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stalls. So basically, when the stores start running more and more dry, basic necessities become more and more obsolete. All right. And not only that, man, again, the little bit that is going to be on the shelves, the prices are going to be hyperinflated, man. It's going to be damn nearly impossible to, pay for anything. Well, again, what do you think that's going to lead to? As I always say, is people are going to go about it the ski mask way. They're just going to take shit, man. And it's going to lead to shootouts, like I mentioned. But I think it's out there in Philadelphia. You got and because even if stores start hiring merchants or not merchants, but armed security and all that's gonna that's only going to last for so long, because again, it's going to get so chaotic out here. People I know me personally, I do security, and you can't pay me enough to put me in a situation to where it's just not worth it. You can't pay me enough to put me in that type of situation, in that type of environment. It's just not worth it. So a lot of these guys, they're going to end up quitting. They say the hell with that. The law enforcement, they're going to say the hell with that. It's just going to be total chaos. You know, again, this is where this is why they're going to have to bring in foreign troops, man, that are going to get the job done. They're going to obey those orders, man, to shoot and kill on sight. If you don't know what's been going on out there in Myanmar, I've done videos on it the past year or so, man. Because last year, I think it was in February, there was a coup. The military just took over and they set up shop. It was on some I'm the captain now type shit. And ever since then, hey, there's been shootouts with the military and the civilians. People, and there's been videos, people trying to run up to the military with rocks and sticks, and these niggas is getting blown away. I'm talking about the military just shooting down people, man. Well, that's coming to America. Because I often say, hey, America's going to be the Venezuela 2.0, Nigeria 2.0, Zimbabwe 2.0, as well as Myanmar 2.0. Again, if you don't know what's been going on out there, hey, look into it. But I'm going to get another one and I'm going to close it out. In Zechariah chapter 8, verse 10. For before these days there was no hire for man, nor any hire for beast, because more and more jobs by the thousands are being done away with. All right, like it tells in Isaiah, man, no work for Egypt. Again, people are gonna, the price of everything is going up, and soon it's gonna be too expensive just to go to work for those that have a job. It's gonna be too expensive to pay for gas. Gas is gonna start going back up, tremendously, right? And again, if you've been paying attention to world news, man, like out there in Sri Lanka, man, you got these gas stations, they've been running out of gas, and people waiting hours at these gas stations that do have gas just to come to find out when it's their turn, just to find out there is no gas. Fights breaking out. Again, it's all coming to America. It's all coming to America. And another thing I've noticed in the spirit, a lot of gas stations, at least where I'm at, in my area, man, because the part of this talk has been about with the diesel shortages. Well, over the months I've been noticing at these gas pumps, the diesel shortage, there's been no diesel fuel. They got the little, whenever you go to the gas station, they got the pump, they got one of the pumps wrapped up, with the plastic or whatnot, because you can't use it. Well, I've been seeing that a lot with the diesel over the months. So it's just a matter of time, man. Like I said, the gas stations are going to run out of gas. Like I said, it's going to be too expensive just to go to work for those that have a jobs. It's going to be too expensive to travel, to go anywhere. Which Esau wants that, because another thing Esau's trying to do, he's trying to create these 15-minute cities. And Lord willing, I do a video on that, but this is going to be too expensive to do anything. Like I said, it's going to get to a point where it's going to be too expensive to freaking breathe, man, to be alive, man. You see? So more and more jobs are going to be done away with. All right? It's going to be more and more harder, more difficult to people to sustain themselves, to take care of their families. Right? Again, this is all a recipe for disaster. What do you think this is going to lead to? People are just going to start taking shit, man. Not from the stores, but from one another, from each other. Again, the love of many waxing cold, man. People are just going to not give a shit. And they're going to go about it the ski-mask way. When you read on, it says, neither was there any peace to him that went out or came in because of the affliction. So you see, because, hey, man, again, it's going to be people are going to revert back to a primal state. And I'm mainly talking about the men, because, hey, women, for the most part, man, you're going to be too scared to breathe too loud, man. You're going to be too scared to blink. How scary it's going to get, But men have pretty much like a natural thing within them, to where they know how to go out and get it, because that's what it's going back to, is going back to that primitive state, just going out and get it, however, by all means necessary, man. But with that being said, you might not make it back home, man, or wherever you're dwelling. No assurance of thy life. You don't know if you're gonna make it back, man, because that's how crazy it's gonna be. It's just I'm going to finish this out. I'm going to get one more precept. It says, for I set all men, everyone against his neighbor. So you see, that's why I said be circumspect out here, man. Because, hey, people are watching, and just me, the complex that I live at, man, there's a few individuals just, and, I could be wrong, or Lord willing I'm wrong, but, hey, I mean, hey, you can't be too careful, because there's a few people where I live at, that I think that when it comes down to it, I might have to put them down or something. I might have to do something to them, man, because they just got that look, because again, there's a number of spirits on these people, man, and they know who we are. The spirits that's in them, they may not know, but the spirits in them, they know who we are. And hey, them spirits are going to entice these individuals to come after us, man. So again, be careful, be circumspect, because these people are watching and they're just waiting. They're just waiting. Like I said, hey. You women, man, you're through, because like I said, any you blink too hard, man. Let me read this real quick, and I'm gonna end it in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. All right, because the point is said, and it shall be as a chased roe. A chased roe. You ever watch these documentaries or whatever, History Channel, whatever, or Animal Planet, or whatever, when you got the roe or the deers, right? They going up to the lake to get a drink of water, right? And just every little sound, every little noise, any little thing that that thing is ready to dip out of there, man. It's always on point. It's just always it's just ready to dip, Well, that's how it's going to be out here. Just every little thing, every little noise, sound. It's just you're going to be like, who, what, huh? People are going to be, it's going to get scary out here, man. Every little noise is going to freak you out, man. Every little sound is going to bug people out, and especially for you women, because again, that's how bad it's going to get. It's going to get serious out here, man. So with that being said, you're not going to have any assurance of that life. All right, it's going to be neighbor against neighbor. As the scripture say, man, people are going to be traveling from city to city, impacts, house to house, looking for goods, resources. All right, a lot of you women are going to become a spoil. All right, it's just going to be total anarchy, man. Like I said, or like as I read, because of the iniquity abounding, man. Again, just a state of just complete lawlessness, just complete anarchy. All right, people are just going to take matters into their own hands, man. It's just going to get that bad out here, man. But again, because we're already seeing that now. All right, it's getting bad now, and all hell hasn't even got to the point where Jacob's, we're not in Jacob's trouble yet, and it's this bad already. So we can only imagine, But Lord willing, this was edifying. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashim Shai Brakathum, to you hopefully elect. Stay prayed up out here, man. And stay strong, man. It's about to get wild, but may the Lord be with us. Until next time, Shalom.